Major tax changes are coming this year, so if you are an accountant or a business owner, you're going to need to be aware of these to stay ahead of the game. So in this video, I'm going to take a couple of the main tax updates coming this year and break them down for you. The idea of this is to give you a flavour of what is available at Astranti so that you can potentially start thinking about using our courses in order to fulfill your CPD requirements annually. So let's load up our presentation and have a look at our first change. So first up, we want to consider the corporation tax changes. So what is changing? The main rate is now up to 25% on profits over £250,000. The small profits rates remains the same, so that's 19% on profits under £50,000. And there are thresholds, so it's marginal relief within those two thresholds. That's between £50,000 and £250,000. So you won't have to pay the full 25% if you are between those, but you will need to consider some other factors. So how will this impact businesses? Well, companies just above the £250,000 threshold, they may want to think about investments or their expenses strategies, because you're essentially taking on unnecessary tax liabilities. You may be able to easily move yourself down below that threshold through perhaps profit distribution or reinvesting into your business. So the next section we need to talk about is R&D tax credits, as they are changing quite a bit this year, particularly for those businesses in innovation-focused sectors. This is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. So what specifically is changing? Well, the government is now prioritizing UK-based research. So any businesses that ship their R&D off internationally, they will not qualify for this tax relief anymore. So further on this simplification, if you will, is the government is merging the SME and RDEC scheme. So that is the Research and Development Expenditure Credit Scheme. And they are merging them. They're merging them to create a single scheme for all companies and increasing the rate to 20%, which is going to make it more generous than it was before. So how does this impact businesses? Well, we've already spoken about companies outsourcing R&D overseas, that they will lose relief. But for us accountants, we're going to need to continue to advise our clients on documentation and maximizing claims under this new system. So it's definitely going to be worthwhile for you accountants to go away and spend a bit more time looking into this, and so you can really get the details down to aid your clients in their applications. The third change is actually about personal tax. So we're going to be talking about fiscal drag and why everybody is going to be paying more in 2025. Because this is going to impact both business owners and their employees. So what specifically is changing? Well, the personal allowance is frozen at £12,570. The higher tax threshold is being frozen at £50,270, and there is a new tax rate of 45%, which now kicks in at £125,140, which is down from the previous £150,000. So what is this going to mean for our clients and their employees? Well, there are going to be more middle income earners being pushed into that 40% tax bracket. So more than ever, salary sacrifice, pension contributions, and those aforementioned dividend strategies, they are going to be very important this year. So make sure that you're communicating openly with your clients about these changes and how they might impact their employees, and how they can put systems and structures in place in order to minimize the financial impact. What are we doing? What are we going to do? What are we going to do now? How are we going to begin to counteract these changes in taxes that we're going to see in 2025. So businesses, what can businesses do? Well, they can begin by reviewing profit structures. So we spoke about optimizing corporation tax earlier, and that's a big step in the right direction. The next thing, well, planning that R&D spending carefully, making sure that you're outsourcing as little as possible to make sure you are maximizing you're maximizing the tax relief that you can get on it. Then beyond that, we're going to reassert that we need to reassess salary and dividend strategies for our clients and their employees in order to minimize those tax exposures with those changing tax brackets. And then finally, businesses, they can start estate planning early. They want to. It's very much in their interest to avoid big inheritance tax bills. So for us accountants, we got to make sure we proactively update our clients on these changes. It is going to be more than worthwhile for you to sit down with your clients and have a meeting about what's going to happen, how it's going to impact them. And then beyond this, we need to start thinking about running tax planning reviews. So that should be done fairly soon as we move towards April. So get cracking, everybody. And then beyond that, we can use some forecasting tools perhaps to show clients potential liabilities moving forward throughout the year as these changes start to take hold in the economy. So these tax changes, they are going to affect our clients massively. They're going to affect their employees. So it's very, very important that you become clued in on them. As part of, earlier in the video I spoke about our offering of our free CPD course. So we have an entirely free CPD course, which will go into these changes in a lot more detail for the year ahead. So if you would like to get more insight on tax and how we can help our businesses plan financially for the year ahead, then make sure to click the link below to access our free CPD course. Have a look at our other offerings as well, because there's plenty on there to help you with your allotted amount of CPD development for the year. And then beyond that, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. We're going to be posting a lot more content, helping accountants and other business professionals with their corporate professional development moving forward. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll be answering them personally. And then other than that, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.